Hello, hello, hello. My name is Siad, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I talk all things books, music, getting a doctorate, and productivity. In today's video, I wanted to give you a rundown of what it looks like to plan out your practice session as a guitarist or as an artist. I play guitar and I do quite a bit of performing, even though most of it is now virtual. And I like to point out what I'm going to do because I'm often balancing or juggling in the range of 10 to 15 pieces at any one time. And so I need to be really focused and intentional about how I spend my time. So this video is a screen recording of me showing you how I do that using a simple document in Pages because I'm a Mac user and Pages is superior to everything else. I think there's this misconception that artists are unorganized and that we don't plan or have any structure to anything. And every artist I know has a little bit of structure in their lives. It may not be to the extent that I do with my weekly practice planning, but there is definitely some structure there. And it's needed because if we didn't have any structure, we would probably never get anything done. So here is the recording of me sharing how I plan my practice. Let me know what you think. Okay, so I usually start this kind of weekly planning process with 3 things. The first thing being what you're looking at, which was my projected 2021 concert planning document. And this is not accurate anymore. Like, for instance, I'm not going to be playing this, but I'm submitting proposals and always looking for other opportunities, and will be doing more of my kind of own privately run and promoted concerts. So again, some of this is not accurate, but there will be things added here. But this just gives me a general idea of things that I know I need to be working on in the next, say, 2-ish weeks. But with the idea in mind that there will be more. I also have my current rep list, which I will show you after this. And I always have my weekly calendar, which is created and I keep track of using a combination of calendars, Fantastical, I know, and a written physical planner, which I can show you in a different video. But I started out with those 3 things. I looked at before I started doing this, I looked at my weekly schedule and I saw that this week I didn't have any outside engagements. So there are no meetings that I have to be at night. There are no events that I'm committed to, that I'm promised to. My time is not accounted for. So I can focus all of my time and energy into practicing, which is very important because I'm going to be recording a 50-minute or so recital this weekend. And so I want to spend as much time as I possibly can running through and kind of fixing issues, practicing with the accompaniment and all of that stuff. I also have a certain number of hours that I'm trying to hit each day, and then that accumulates each week. Of course, it's really flexible because things do come up, and I also sometimes base it on my energy. So for instance, on Monday nights, it's the first day, after having worked on Mondays, and I am not always at my optimal level of productivity. And so I understand and realize that. And so I give myself a little bit less to do on Monday nights, but that's fine because I know that I will be able to have the necessary amount of focus during the rest of the week. So once I've looked at this and I've looked at my schedule, I then go to this document and I'm just using Pages. So this is what I call a current rep weekly planning. And these are all of the pieces that I'm kind of thinking about right now. So some of these are commissioned, so I'll be doing premieres of them. Some of them are pieces written by other composers. And I'm just thinking about, okay, what is really important for me to do this week? So I'm actually going to add a column. Let's see. I don't know if I can do that. Okay, so I'm just transferring this here. I can leave that. I'm a compulsive copy paster for anyone who's like, what is she doing? So I will look at this document in my head, and actually on a piece of paper over here on my music stand. I know the amount of hours each day. So for instance, tomorrow, Monday, and you'll probably see this on Tuesday, I am giving myself about 2 hours to practice. That may or may not include the 50-minute run through. This week is probably not going to include that. So I know that in that 2 hours, I'll warm up for probably 30 minutes, and then I'll have an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes or so to do deep practice work. Deep work coming from Cal Newport. I have not read that book, but I've listened to his podcast, and I've listened to a lot of other people talk about deep work and flow states. So I think I get it, although at some point I'll definitely read the book. So I know that the concerto is going to be a big focus for me. And so every day this week, I want to run through. So runs is something I want to run through. So I'm going to run through it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then whichever weekend day that I end up practicing. To be honest, on Fridays, I don't tend to do a lot of practicing, but I will do a lot of kind of like run through work. And so then I'm thinking, okay, what do I want to really focus on? I know that I want to focus on this Bach piece probably about every other day. And remember, I know what I'm preparing for because I looked at my monthly planning document. Now on Tuesday, I want to be working on this Preludes on in Allegro. I think that's about enough days for that. If it's not, I'll work on it. It's not a huge deal, as there's still space. And then I am doing a new piece, not for this week, but I need to be also thinking about the things that are upcoming. And so I need to do some work on Starlight, just mostly kind of fingering work. And so I leave space up here to write in for that piece for the week, my main goal. So for this piece, it's just to, for instance, write in all fingerings. Okay, that's a simple goal. That's easy. And then going back, I'm also working on this Preludio. Okay. It's a piece that I've started working on already. I have the fingerings written in, but I didn't touch it for a while because I don't know what I've been doing. I was busy doing other things. So I need to work on that. Okay, there it is. It's under Wednesday. Now the concerto is 3 movements. So it's kind of like doing 3 pieces. So I might also have like, see my desktop. Movement 1, movement 2, movement 3. Movement 2 and 3, I'm really focusing a lot on deep work wise because I need to. And so for deep work, I'll work on movement 3 on Monday, probably Wednesday and Thursday. Movement 2, I'll do here. I'll do here. And then movement 1, I'll just sprinkle in. I feel kind of okay with that one. So it doesn't need as much time. So it's one of those things, if I get to it, that's awesome. If I don't, it's great. And these are 3 movement works as well. This Prelude Fugue, Prelude Son. But I have been playing those longer and I feel more comfortable. So I can work on those for kind of smaller segments of time. I usually practice in Pomodoro sessions, which are like 30-minute sessions. And so I know, okay, I'll probably play each of these for 10 minutes, this for 30, and this for 30. Okay, once I've finished filling this out and I feel good about it, I'm going to do run-throughs here every day, but you don't need to do that. Once I feel really good about it, I will then print it off. Sometimes I do it digitally, but I usually print it off so that I can make notes on it and things like that. And I think it's an important part of my archival work process to have like the physical thing. So I'll print it out and I will keep it on my music stand and I will reference it every day. Now, I do have a more in-depth practice journal that I use to journal each of these sessions and each of the Pomodoros. And if you want me to give you a breakdown of what that looks like, let me know in the comments, and I will probably also talk about that in a Twitch stream sometime soon. So, yeah. That is my weekly planning process for playing and practicing la guitarra. Thanks so much for watching me plan out my week. It's something I've been trying to do more. I'm somewhat consistent about it. Some weeks are pretty much the same, and I'm really just focusing on one or two of the same things, so I don't always feel the need to. But that's also why I have a kind of daily practice journal where I write out what I'm going to be working on, because that helps me to keep up with my thoughts day to day, because even if I plan out the week, that doesn't mean that it's always how it ends up going. So be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I'll have more videos more regularly, as you can see, and any cool kind of links that I think are relevant will be in the description box below. And leave me a comment if you like, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.